It's the National Football League on EA Sports, as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. The action is only moments away, and it comes your way next. It's the NFL on EA Sports, as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. We're just moments away from the action, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get, and no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. First carry here for Kyren Williams. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And this will be incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming.
In trouble, and down he goes. Max Crosby, motor always running. Get for the sack. So a 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. This is taken at the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple of years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. And next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it, and he's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the pistol, Smith. This one taken in by Chenault. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. On first down is Smith. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Play action now. It's Geno. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. The motion man is Nacua. Now a first down throw for Stafford. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page. And when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Stafford now on third down. Here's a screen set up to Williams. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's fourth down. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake. Smith. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. From the gun, it's Geno. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down. Lockett headed in motion. From the shotgun, Smith. To the right side here, pass is caught. Nice job there. Geno gonna throw for it. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
Look wide. Get this one complete. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Hey, Hugo, Hugo. Hey, trio left.
Here's Smith. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Working out of the gun, Smith. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On fourth down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And now it's a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. And that is a dunk. It's incomplete. What in the name of Garo Ukrainian is that? They let the kicker try to throw it. It doesn't work out. It's a turnover on downs. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. To throw is Stafford. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's Ethan Evans now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Raiders offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll work this out to the 23. That stop made by Byron Young. Now a 3rd and 2. Man in motion here is Tucker. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And this is going to be a Raiders first down. He's able to take it up to the 30-yard line. They go play action with Smith. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. A pickup there of 13. First down, Vegas. Man in motion here is Tucker. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. He's going to look deep here, looking for Lockett. And he will go all the way. Tyler Lockett, touchdown Raiders. Carl Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. 15 yards to pick up. Good for a first down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Stafford now on second down. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's the punter now as he is on to kick it away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Raiders offense and veteran Tyler Lockett getting ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Man in motion here is Tucker. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, Gino. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up a third down. Here's Gino. Out quickly to Lockett. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Return man steering clear of this one. They're going to mark it down at the 20-yard line. The Rams offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Stafford. He's got his man, Davante Adams.
These comebacks, they require a lot of trust and timing from everybody involved. If the quarterback's a little too early, the receiver's not out of his break. But if the quarterback's a little too late, that's when disaster can strike. So give credit. Really well timed. Really nice job by both guys. I think this drive, and particularly that last third down incompletion, Mike, has really summed up the story of this game offensively. No matter how many times they try to generate some plays through the air, there's just nowhere to go with the ball. In this case, the coverage is tight. They go 3 and out again, They've got to have earlier success and not just wait for third down to bail themselves out.
Well, Raiders offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Smith now to throw on first down. That one caught by Tucker.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On second down, Smith. This one taken in by Chenault. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing is Smith. That one intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Miami. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he gets this up close to the 40. Jared Verse there to make the tackle. A second down throw for Smith. He'll get this out to his running back. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8. They're going to motion the tight end over here. From the pistol, Smith. On the run to the right. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. That's down the field for Higbee. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points because so far this...
And he's in! Davante Adams! Touchdown! Mevis, good on the extra point. And the Rams will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Tucker. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. First and 10. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's second and 9. Lockett headed in motion. Throwing on second down. Smith. He's going to look deep here. Looking for Lockett. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Tight end motioning left. A first down throw for Smith. That's caught left side by Bowers. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Smith to throw. This one finds Lockett down the left side. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Off the play fake. Smith. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll get this out to the left flat. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. On play action, Smith. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense and Davante Adams heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. On the give, it's Williams. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3.
Set. 53. Ready.
They go play action with Stafford. He gets this complete, finding Adams. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he'll get forward for about a yard. The veteran safety, Jamal Adams, there for the tackle. 3rd down and 9. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, L.A. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Tutu Atwell. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. The drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Gino. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. Plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches. Working out of the gun, Smith. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. From the shotgun, Smith. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They bring the tight end in motion. Smith from the gun on 3rd down. He'll let it go deep left sideline. He's got it! And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Man in motion here is Tucker. Play action now. It's Gino. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Here's Smith. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
Gino gonna throw for it. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on fourth and long will end up in a turnover on down. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. 2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
This throw right side is caught by Adams. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, shot there to take the lead with that big play. He's got an open receiver. He just needs to put it on him. And here in the fourth quarter, those critical plays mean that much more. And you just can't afford to miss open targets, especially downfield like that.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. And he has missed this one. No good. And this one is going to remain a tie game.
And you just have to wonder what that'll do to the energy levels on both sidelines. I mean, you got a chance to break the tie here late, but he just can't connect.
The Raiders offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. They'll run here. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's second down. Gino to throw. That one caught by Tucker. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. They'll stick to the ground. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's second down and 3. Now the Raiders going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Second down and 3. He'll run, and he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to win the game. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. And the kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. The Eagles' Jake Elliott has it all teed up, and we're off from the city of brotherly love. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they had that one contained right at the line. Josh Sweat making the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. His first throw is an interception. Avonte Maddox comes up with it. And the Eagles get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Hey, 73.
Hurts comes out throwing. To his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Milton Williams making the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll motion Smith left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Taking a shot for the end zone. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down. From the pistol, Hurts. He has the first over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Hurts setting up to throw. Catch is made in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles parlay the interception into points. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Power squid kick is taken in. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it on 3rd and 9. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They find 21 yards and get the first down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Great.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Now Hurts on 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by James Bradbury. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Pass caught by Gainwell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First and 10 from the 41. Hurts. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That heater is going to fall to the turf. This one intended for the running back. And that brings up 4th and short. Putting the tight end in motion. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. 3 inside the 30. Jahan Dotson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He rolls to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. He'll throw it. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Trying to locate it. Oh no, he lost it! Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That one's complete, right side.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
On 1st down, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. And the kick is good. And the Eagles tie things up at 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. And that one's unsuccessful. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, 73.
Pressure coming, it's Hurts. He's trying to push the field. Big gain downfield. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on second down. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
63.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw away.
That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. They kick the running back in motion. On third down, it's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia! So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie this game at 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to... And the drive will start out with a first and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On the handoff, here's Gainwell. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Receiver in motion, going left. 2nd and 8. He's got Smith. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles in range for a game-winning score. They've got first down from the 31. Again, this is Gainwell. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stick with Gainwell. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Gainwell.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A give here to Gainwell. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time. To pick up a few yards.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. He goes to a knee as Tom winds down in this one. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. This game now resting on the leg of Jake Elliott. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And that one is good! And he drills the chip shot to win them this game! So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.